This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got the Texas heartthrob, I'll call him, R&B sensation, B-Rob. How's life, man?
Oh man, life is good. I can't complain.
Great, beautiful. So let's start from the beginning with you, man. Where's B-Rob from?
Man, B-Rob is originally from Elgin, Texas, and we moved to Austin at a very young age, like around, I think I was like 9 or 10. And then we moved to Chicago, and then we moved back to Texas, but originally from Elgin, Texas, and reside in Austin, Texas.
Okay, what made you move to Chicago?
My dad was he had got moved because of his work. They moved him to Chicago.
Okay.
To take care of some jobs up there. And so by them moving him, of course, the family had to come along too.
That weather's different going from Texas to Chicago. Man, that wind I hear is brutal.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm talking about cold in Chicago.
So how was that with your childhood going back and then going there and then back here?
Actually, it feels like we had the both of both worlds, because, in Elgin, Texas, that's country. And then moving to the city, that's city. So moving to a bigger city and experiencing that and then moving back, it's like, we got to experience the both of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? That's how we feel.
Okay, that's interesting. Did you play any sports growing up?
Oh, yeah. Basketball, track, football. I did gymnastics. Played in the band. I mean, man.
Gymnastics, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What was your favorite sport that you took the most kin to?
Football and
football.
Yeah, football and track.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was you in football? Running back?
Running back, quarterback, and receiver. Wherever you could touch the ball, that's where I was located.
Okay, so you were like a put me like
speed guy.
Yeah,
I was a speed guy.
You can put him in a slot. You can put him.
Sir.
Okay, I got you.
All over the field.
Those matter. Awesome. So, what high school did you graduate from?
Graduated from Johnston.
Johnston. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. So, I know something interesting about you. I know your family's big on animals.
Yes.
And I think you own some horses.
Well, I did, but I sold all of my horses.
We'll talk about owning horses and how that I know it's not just as easy as I own a horse.
Right,
it's a job.
Yeah, it is. But and it's a hobby. So we love horses. We grew up, as kids riding horses. From the time we moved, to the city and moved back. As soon as we moved back, we bought horses again. We sold them when we left, but when we moved back, we bought more horses. But coming up, and it's a hobby, but it's fun. Trail riding is a big thing now. And it's all over United States now. It's growing and it's getting bigger and bigger every year. And we just enjoy going to the trail rides. Of course, horses is a hobby, so it's a feed bill. At the same time. But if you enjoy it, that's your hobby. You enjoy doing what you do. Like me and my brother, Big Duke, Lord rest his soul. But, you know what I'm saying? That was our hobby, and we love doing it, and we're going to continue to do it.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Horses are cool animals. My dad actually owned a horse. He had 2 or 3 horses in the back where he owned a club.
Okay.
So it was the most random thing. You got Dallas and South Dallas, and you got 3 horses just back there. So
okay.
I kind of know a little bit about it, but I was when I was real young, so it was real faint.
Right.
So it's real interesting to me. So when did you know that you could sing?
At a very young age. I was I think I may have been. My mom said I was 3 or 4, and back in those days we had a big 8-track tape player. But
okay.
you know what I'm saying? So my mom would put in, she would put in gospel music every morning, and she would play that gospel music. And so she noticed that I started really picking up the tunes and singing, and really wasn't talking as well at that time, but I was singing, and she noticed it. And so she said, really, I started singing at the age of 3, and as I got a little older, and I was always singing and into music. That I knew that was my passion, and that's what I wanted to do.
Okay, so it seemed like your mom played a really big part.
Yes, she did.
Yes, in your early music days.
Yes.
So that's got to feel great that your mom actually supports that.
Yes.
Or that she supported that.
Yes, she did.
That's awesome, man. Just because family, supporting you is the biggest thing, especially mom and dad.
It's exactly.
So that's got to feel great,
yes.
With that. So that's cool, man. So do you remember your first studio session?
I do. My very first studio session was with Rick DeLellis. I'll never forget it. I had a group, we would call Four Man Pose.
Okay.
And it was me, Terry Brown, T Rock, and Lamont Washington. And we formed a group called Four Man Pose. We actually went to Rick DeLellis' studio and recorded 3 songs. One was called Close to Me, Cutie, and Beach on the Sand.
Awesome.
Beach on the. I'm sorry, Sand on the Beach. I'm sorry.
Sand, beach on the sand.
It's been a minute ago.
That Henny make it look.
You already know.
So how's that experience though with your first studio session? You was at
it was
at a studio, and then you with your guys.
Yeah.
And y'all rocking, and it's like, okay, the mic's on, it's live, it's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
So how you feeling?
I was like, bam, we in. You know what I'm saying? And it was a different feeling. Like, we actually in the studio, we recording our first, little album, you know what I'm saying, which was a 3-song and 3-disc album, you know what I'm saying? So, a 3-song album. But we went in there and we recorded most of it live. My uncle was on the bass, James Jones, and Jeffrey Jean was on the lead guitar. So, a lot of our stuff was played, because I come from live music. But most of it was played live. Like, only thing that was digital at that time that we had done on that was, I think, the drums. But everything else was played live.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, I hear y'all was really rocking from the stories. For people that don't know, this is our producer Dion's uncle.
Yes.
So
that's my nephew.
Yeah. So I know, there's still a lot that I don't even know that there's like probably that we can go forever on, but it's
right.
like, so awesome, man. That's dope. Do you remember your first show?
Let me think. I think my first show, if I remember correctly, my first show was when we performed at because I was nervous. Travis Expo Center.
Okay.
And that's with Four Man Pose when we finished the 3 songs that we done and put out. That was our first show together, and that was my first show actually being having an album out and actually getting a chance to perform it. And so, man, I was nervous. They were nervous, and how you kind of have the jitters a little bit, you know what I'm saying, before you hit the stage at that time. But man, it turned out great. We had a good time. Really our first show is basically putting music out there and actually being able to perform it in front of a big audience. So it was great.
It shows the hard work pays off.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The studio is not just like, oh, we're in the studio. There's times where it just be like, man,
yeah,
we got to get this right.
That's right.
Sometimes it's like you got to perfect it.
That's right.
Yeah, I heard y'all did y'all's thing, man. I heard y'all was killing it. Y'all was trust me. I heard y'all was running them streets, running it all.
Yes, we were, man. I tell you, I can still remember those days like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you get into the producing aspect of music? Like, what got you? Like, how did that come about?
Well, the producing part of it came about because I've always been into music. I've been playing.
You said live music.
Right.
You mentioned that.
Right. My first instrument was a trumpet. I played in the band at I started at Pierce Middle School. So that's why I learned how to play the trumpet. That was the first instrument I picked up. And after that, you know what I'm saying, I picked up the piano, started playing the piano. After that, of course, the piano
you
and
can do
organ.
a lot with the piano,
exactly.
especially nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then after that, I picked up the lead guitar. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing drums, you know what I'm saying? So, but I got into the producing part of it because I kind of got tired of waiting on, when you got to call around and you're trying to find people to help you as far as, you're trying to get music done. And a lot of times, a lot of them are not available. And so it was like, what really inspired me to start learning every instrument I could was because I couldn't get what I needed at that time to make my album or produce the music. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm finna learn every instrument that I possibly can learn in order for me to, take it to the next level, which I was trying to do. And so, after that, I just picked up whatever instrument whatever I picked up, by the grace of God, I learned it. You know what I'm saying? Dope. And so after that, hey, that's when I became, B-Rob, the producer and writer and artist. You know what I'm saying?
Just
So,
all in-house yourself. That's dope.
Yeah.
Just waiting because like the sound you want to go for on the song. You like, and then sometimes that producer may not have that, or if you try to give it to him, he's like, "What do you mean?" You're like,
right.
Man,
Exactly.
Let me go ahead and do this myself.
Yeah.
So much respect for that, man.
Yeah,
I like your beats too. They be hitting. So he's like, you might as well do it yourself. I mean, it's like
that's for real. No doubt.
Dope. Okay, so Keisha,
yes,
which is Dion's sister,
my niece,
told me a story. Now let me see if it's true. Y'all was on tour in Oklahoma, and I want to say y'all might have been in a mall, I think, but people was like chasing you guys, like y'all was, like I guess like all the girls was chasing y'all. They ran y'all out of wherever you was at.
Actually,
tell us about that experience and what.
Actually, that was in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Dallas, Texas.
That was in Dallas at the Omni. I'll never forget it. Man, we came down there, and I had a bunch of different artists at that time. But this particular event, it was just, the girls is the only ones that I took to this event.
Okay.
And man, when I tell you, when we hit Dallas at the Omni, I think Youngbloods, and it was a bunch of other people there. Yeah, a bunch of them was, performing. Oak Cliff was in the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Oak Cliff. Okay, that's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But we got down there, man, and them, when I tell you those girls did their thing, Keisha and D Mays, they turned it out, man. When they hit the stage, I mean, it was new music that none of them had ever heard down there in Dallas before. And you would think they had heard it because, man, they rocked just as hard as everybody else did. But the people was like they actually knew the music. That's how hard the music was jamming, and that's how hard Keisha and D Mays was. They was putting it down. I mean, they rocked that thing, man. And after that, man, people was chasing us down the hallway. They, hollering, trying to catch up with the girls. Study calling my name, B-Rob. I mean, man, it was live. It was dope.
So how was that feeling like as you was like getting chased? Like was you just like, what is that? Like
it was that stardom feeling, man. It was that feeling that that every artist want to experience and feel. You know what I'm saying? And when we actually felt that and the girls felt that, it was like, wow, it's real. You know what I'm saying? And which it was real. Man, they showed us nothing but love down there in Dallas, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, shout out to Oak Cliff. Man, when we was down there, man, they looked out of us, man. We had a good time. We kicked it with them, we kicked it with all of them, Youngbloods, all of them, man.
That's dope.
We had
How was that
time.
experience kicking it with them?
Oh man, it was live, man. They real live people, man. You know what I'm saying? Down to earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they the real deal.
That's
you know what
cool,
I'm saying?
Man.
So yeah, the whole experience was a great experience.
Yeah, because 90% of people, if somebody's chasing you, it's for the wrong reasons. So
right.
If they chase you for the right reason,
there you go.
That's a different feeling.
Exactly.
That's dope. So let's talk about the early days of Hard Hat Entertainment.
Yeah.
Talk about like the artists that you had, and let's talk about that whole like y'all's run that y'all really like went on. Just talk about that,
Man, when I tell you we had a good run, I mean it was a really great run. I had like about I was producing 4 or 5 different groups at that time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I was producing everything. So at times it was rough, and then I was also producing my album, but I pushed my album to the back because I had so many artists, and I wanted to make sure that I had finished up their material because I was pushing them and putting them out there.
Which is how you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
it.
Exactly. And so it was Keisha and D Mays. And then I had Lil Man and K1. They was a group. And then I had another group with Mike. We call him Spider. Michael Wade. Let's see who else was with Mike. Tory. And was it Mike Wade and Tory? I think they were just them two was together. And then it was I had Baxter Russell, which everybody know Big Backs, you know what I'm saying? And Swift was, all of them was in there. And then I had what's his name? Oh man, my boy. I can't call his name.
So many, it's hard to remember.
I can't call it. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
You gotta remember.
And he know who I'm talking about. I can't call it Dre.
There we go.
His name is Dre. We call him D-Boy and Don P. They was together. So I was producing all of them, and also Rochelle. Y'all may know her. She has a fantastic style. It's like soul, deep soul. But yeah, I produced like 2 songs of hers. But man, she's a great artist as well. But man, I had a lot of artists that I was producing, and man, we had so many people. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know they thought it was a gimmick when they seen Bone Thugs and Harmony, Lazy Bone and Busy Bone were up on stage with us one night when we was rocking at I forgot the name of that club, but it was off of Breaker Lane, and my whole squad was there rocking, and Lazy and Busy Bone was right there. Lazy, he was on the he was on the stage the whole time with us rocking, man. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony, Lazy Bone, Busy Bone. You know what I'm saying?
How was that feeling? And they just got off that verses too. I think was it Busy that went crazy on the verses? Was that Busy? Was it Busy? It's either Busy. I think it was.
Yeah.
You went crazy. How was that experience? That was on stage with y'all rocking.
Man, it was cool, man. When I tell you, it was like, people were like, man, how y'all get Lazy? But my friend Misdemeanor, that's who I didn't mean to leave her out either. Cause Misdemeanor, she's been rocking with me for a long time. And
I've seen
Misdemeanor.
Seen a lot of those names.
Right. Like her, D Mays, and TK, which is Keisha. All of them had I think about 3 or 4 songs together. I think it was 3 or 4. Yeah, it's either 3 or 4 songs. But anyway, she brought Lazy and Busy to my house. And she was like, she was just, riding around, taking them to places, that she knew. And, I had the studio and stuff. And so she brought them over there. Man, we had a good time, man. We rocked that day, rocked that night, went back to my house. Lazy jumped in the booth. And you know what I'm saying? We're putting it down in the boot, man. We just had a blast, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I know they brought some good killer too. You know the Bone Thugs bring some good smoke.
Hey, that's Bone Thugs.
Oh man, that's dope. Though.
Man, it was a great experience, man.
Awesome.
We'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying?
So I heard through the grapevine that this is your final full-length album. I know you're still doing features and still doing music, but. Right. Is that true or is that just a rumor?
Well,
if it is,
the album,
I guess elaborate.
My Southern Soul Blues album that will be dropping tomorrow, called Shoulda Thought It Over, Baby. You know what I'm saying? That is my last album that I will be doing. But, I will be dropping singles. But the good thing about it is I don't have to sit and wait on the music anymore. When I get done with a single, I can actually drop it, shoot a video to it, whatever I want to do, and put it out there and move on to the next one. Or if I got features, with other people, which I do, I got a lot of them lined up. That's, what I'm saying. So it's like now I don't, because it's like when you're working on an album and, everything is on me. I produce it, I write it, create it, compose it. Yeah, I wear all the hats, you know what I'm saying? So it takes a while. But at the same time, it's when you creating something good music, when I call it good music, when you're creating something, you have to take your time with it because you want to be able to put out the best product that you can when you're making music. And if it don't sound good to me, I'll scratch it and come up with something else. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had fun with the albums. I have 4 albums out. After tomorrow, it'll be 4 albums out, which is B-Rob Resurrected, B-Rob Sexual, B-Rob I'm Just Doing Me, and B-Rob, You Shoulda Thought It Over, Baby. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the 4 albums. That was my goal. I said I wanted to put out 4 albums. And after that, I was done with, doing a full album, and I would just be starting, I just really want to put out singles. And so that's pretty much where I'm at. So, I'm satisfied with it. I accomplished what what I set out to do. I accomplished that with making the 4 albums. So now, I can sit back and really just have a lot of fun with it, work on a lot of different projects with other people, other artists, create a lot of more music for other people. So, what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to listening to Jam That tomorrow, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I love me some good R&B. So I listened to all the other ones before. So it's like, not a trilogy. It's I don't know what you would call that with 4. But yeah, I'm about to be hella jamming that. So that's dope.
That's what's up.
So y'all make sure y'all listen to that, man. It's should be some great music.
Yes.
So let's get on. You don't have to talk about this, but I just wanted to put this out there.
Yeah.
Let's touch on Doug's passing.
Yeah.
I was your brother.
Right.
He was a staple in the family.
Yes.
He was such a good dude when I met him. He brought a lot of great energy. He always made it a point to speak to people whenever he saw them.
That's right.
Live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
Just to speak on the importance and like the impact on his family and I guess, his legacy, moving on.
Well, to be honest with you, it was a big impact on all of us. His children, his grandchildren, all of us brothers and sisters, his nieces and nephews, his aunts, his uncles, everyone, his friends, his job, everyone that that he came in contact with. It hit everybody hard because my brother had a heart of gold, and the way that we was, the way that we were raised and the way we come up, we respect one another and you respect all that's around you. My brother, it's like his soul was just pure. It was pure, and when it happened, it's like like I say, he did have COVID, and you know what I'm saying. There's some people don't like to speak on that, but I'm one that's gonna speak on it because I have to. That was my brother. Yes, he had COVID, and like a lot of people look at it with COVID, took him away. But like we were talking a little earlier, you know what I'm saying. It really wasn't about the COVID taking him. Yes, he had COVID, but we all have a time to go. We have a certain time here on this earth. And, when it's our time to go, we're not going to miss it, whether it's in a plane crash, whether you're walking. You can be healthy and drop, you know what I'm saying, and a car crash or whatever it may be. But the instant, the fact still remains, we got a time to go. But one thing I can say, my brother lived life to the fullest. And when I say that he had everything that he ever wanted, he had everything that he ever wanted. And so, the way that he lived, it showed it. I mean, it's still showing up right now in his children and his grandchildren, and we will forever carry our brother's name within us and within our heart. So he will never die. He's on the other side. One day we got to try to get there where he is. But overall, though, my brother, he was a prime example of living life to the fullest and being good. But not only that, he loved God. And so, you know what I'm saying? I can't complain. I know where he is. It saddens us because we won't see him on this side anymore, but we know we'll see him one day again on the other side of Jordan. So, all I can say is that, he will always be within all of our hearts, and we love him and we will love him forever.
Amen to that. Let's make a toast to Doug, man. Let's make a toast.
That's what's up.
Get a drink for Doug.
Yeah,
man.
Big Duke.
Big Duke live on.
That's what's up. Ooh. Yes, sir.
That hen.
And hen.
All right, man. Well, let's get on to some some good vibes with So what you got coming up, and also do we get an album from Brianna produced by B Rob?
Yes, you know what
coming up.
We were actually on to be honest with you, we were working on an album, but we had to push back. We had to push the album back, but we're going to start back up on it. She already has songs that's already been completed.
Okay.
And like I said,
so it's in the works.
It's in the works. Definitely in the works. And so, like me and her, matter of fact, we have a Christmas song together that we're fixing to get ready to shoot the video to.
Okay, so it's done. And
the song is done.
Y'all about to shoot the video.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So we're about to shoot the video to the Christmas song that we done. Matter of fact, it was that project was put together by RJ with Tap Out Records. Mm-hmm. And so when he called me and called Browner, he was like, "Man, B-Rob, we got to get y'all on this Christmas album." So he sent us the track, and me and my daughter, we chopped that thing up and took it back to him, record. We recorded it at my studio, but we took it back to his studio, and he did the mix and stuff on it. So like I say, man, the song is jamming. It's a Christmas song. But it's jamming.
Awesome, man. I'm ready to listen to that, especially with a good Christmas song matters, man. It's always good.
And matter of fact, I gotta say, the whole Christmas album that he put together, that RJ put together, oh man, y'all gotta check it out. It's nice, it's hot, and I mean it's a lot of flavor on that album.
I'm definitely gonna listen to it.
Yeah, shout out to RJ.
B-Rob gonna be on there, so I'm gonna have to give it a listen.
That's what's up.
Oh man. Oh, so we got you some merch.
Oh Oh, that's what's
Welcome
up.
to that hard hat entertainment.
Hey, that's what's up. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
You want to go ahead and bust it open and see what we got you.
Oh, okay.
Because it's always fun to see when people open gifts in front of you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm selfish in that way.
Okay. That's what's up.
Got you some pants shorts.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. Oh, man, that's nice. I already fell in love. Yeah, I got that Pop Austin Media B-Rob. You know I'm going to be rocking this.
Sure, man.
Hey, man, that's cool.
Got to make it special for
That's
you, man.
cool.
B-Rob. B-Rob in
That's
the
what's
building.
up.
Where can we find B-Rob at on the socials? Everywhere
Man.
else, the DPS is what they call them.
Y'all can find B-Rob on Facebook. It's Bobby Roberson Sr. On Instagram is Roberson B3. And, I'm on all streaming platforms as far as my music goes. You can hit me up at hardhatentertainment@yahoo.com. So just pull me up. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, whatever you can pull up. B-Rob is on that thing. So you know what I'm saying, on all streaming platforms.
Awesome. And I meant DSPs. The Henny made me say DPS. DSPs is what I meant to say. Well, this is Jet with Pop Austin Media.
Yeah.
Thanks, B-Rob. Great conversation.
Man, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you,
I'm
guys.
signing out.